Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning. It's Al from Boston. Time right now is 8:08 on the 13th. I am bringing you another AMC update. This will be the most important video I make on the subject of the short squeeze. I want you to pay close attention to it because it will save you a lot of time, a lot of headache, and hopefully a ton of money. Um, this is called the bulk sell drop. This is something that we learned about after the GME short squeeze, that first squeeze that we had. I want you to take a look at this graph. This is the January squeeze. Okay, what they are doing is they are consolidating sell orders from whenever. They're not reporting them to FINRA, to the SEC, whoever, all the data reporting organizations for government accountability. They're not reporting them. They're consolidating them, right? So it starts right here. People are buying and selling, buying and selling. They're reporting the buys, which is going up, making the stock go up, but they're not reporting the sells. They're not doing that. Why? Because it'll drop the price, right? So they consolidate all of them, and it keeps going, it keeps going. And once it reaches a threshold, like right here was $500, they drop all the sell orders all at one time, which drops the price dramatically. And what happens during this dramatic price drop, unbeknownst to certain apes and other people that are in the know, they're trying to catch a falling knife. So they place market orders, foolishly market orders, trying to capture whatever value they can retain after this drop. So, when that happens, we talked about market orders and why it's foolish to sell them in a short squeeze. You think you're getting a price right here when in fact you're getting it down here. So that's the reason why we don't do market orders. In the last video, I think you saw that. So let's talk about why this happens and how this happens. So the brokers and the market makers are obligated to report every kind of data that they produce from these market orders and sell orders, right? Everything has to be documented. Every transaction has to be documented, and every volume has to be recorded and passed on to whoever they're paying for. But they absolutely have to pass it on to the New York Stock Exchange and the of course the government officials. So what they're going to do is, and I've told people about this, bracketers, the people that are going to sell early, trying to quote make their profit, make their money back, they're all going to be consolidated. They're not going to get reported. So when it goes all the way up to here, all those paper hands are going to get dropped into the records. So the New York Stock Exchange, the FINRA folks, they all see that they all were documented all at one time. The algorithm picks it up and drops the price down to like down here, ridiculously low, right? We want to avoid doing that. Let me tell you what's going to happen. People are going to be watching the data sources, the authoritative data sources like Ortex, like Fintel, you name it. They're gonna see it, and they're gonna keep an eye on it. And they're gonna basically just watch it for any real movements. Let me tell you this, right? The data that we have been seeing for the past 10 months is fake. It's bullshit. It's not real data. It's coded data. In other words, it's been tampered with. It's been molested, if you will, right? Have you ever noticed how all of our people that do TA analysis are a lot of times wrong? It's not because their methods are wrong or what they learned is wrong. It's because the data that they're using is contaminated. That's why we're not getting accurate readings, because the data on all of it is compromised. They put the coding in because they want to move something around, they want to do something illegal, and we're not getting the right data. So assume during this short squeeze that all the data that you're seeing has been compromised, because it has been. It's there explicitly to mess with your head. You see fake volume, you see fake cells, fake whatever, and it's going to elicit a response from you. And let me tell you, folks, that's how people will sell, like down here, because they don't know what's going on. They don't see the play that's happening. It's called data spoofing. It's called tape spoofing. And everyone is affected by this, including the broker. They have no idea what's going on. They're just getting the data feed from the market makers and whoever else, and they don't really know. The causation, what it's designed to make you do is to sell, right? It's using our own greed against us being those paper-handed guys, the bracketers, to sell against us. So don't sell, don't bracket, don't sell early, just keep holding until it reaches the crazy heights, the astronomical heights, right? And that when they do drop us, it'll be marginal, it'll be small. It'll be maybe like $100 or something mediocre. And I'm telling you, because this will happen and we will lose a ton of apes. It's that first wave of Normandy, and all the dumb money is going to get wiped out unless we are educating ourselves. So pay attention to this. The other thing is this: have you noticed also that when we do report when they do report the thing, people are going to be analyzing left over right, and they're going to be making more assumptions for tomorrow, right? What I suggest you do is not do anything and listen to any of those people. Just hyper focus on what you are doing in your number and let it get there. It will eventually get there, right? If you look at this, right, look what happened. That price drop happened. People are trying to catch the falling knife. And then the people that didn't fold, the stock went right back up. You know, you had some people had T+1, T+2, T+3, and they bought back in. They were lucky. They were very lucky. This time they won't have that opportunity. They will not be able to buy back in because I'm telling you, they're going to take away the buy or sell button, and you're going to be stuck in it, right? This is not like January. This is huge money we're talking about. But you notice the stock went back up, right? And it went back up even further, and it kept going. Then when they lost momentum, when they started defeating us and they started to circulate the FUD, people started exiting their positions, started walking out, blah, blah, blah. And before we know it, the squeeze as it started has tapered off. And then we've had to rebuy the float and everything else. So you know what's going to happen now. Now you've been educated. You know that there's going to be dramatic sell drops. They're called bulk sell drops that are comprised of paper hands and early sellers. Maybe even some of their institutional sellers are going to be selling at an early price just for this drop, that dramatic effect. But if you hold, the price will go back up. And it will not just stop up here. It will go back way up. And I promise you, if you hold, you will get that generational wealth you're looking for. You'll make that money that you've been dreaming about for the last 10 months. Hold, don't sell, don't paper hand, don't bracket sell, don't do any of that. Just buy, just hold. Alan from Boston signing off. If you found value in this video, go ahead and share it with your community, your sphere of influence. I have a non-monetized YouTube page. I don't make $1 off of it. I want you to be educated because we're in this fight together, and I want to see you succeed. Your success is my success. Al from Boston signing out.